If you're a new viewer of mine and all you've seen is my last video, part 1 of the review of the finale of Game of Thrones, you might reasonably assume that I'm a fan, that I really like the show Game of Thrones. No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 yeah, no, yeah, I'm sorry, no, no.
Really? 34 no's. Really?
I do not like Game of Thrones. Now, everything I said in the last video is true. I liked everything I talked about. I really, really, really enjoyed King's Landing. But King's Landing only comes up to be about, a quarter of the episode. So, of course, that means I hated 75% of the episode. So, I suppose we could start right where I left off, right after Tommen jumped. We go straight to the Twin Towers of Frey. So, here's basically how the scene went. The scene wasn't, terrible. We had Walder Frey, we had Jaime, we had Bronn, the conversations that were being had, they were decent, not going to win any Emmys, but, reasonable. They were talking in character. They never said anything, monstrously stupid. Now, I'm really confused right now, because if you remember a few weeks ago when I made my own version of the finale, when I wrote my own version of how the episode would go, people were sending me shocked messages. They're like, wow, how could you have possibly known that Arya was going to show up at the twins? Wow, that's a great prediction, man. I can't believe you saw that coming. Honestly, these responses really confused me, because I thought it was the most obvious thing in the world. Where else would Arya be? I'll be honest, the second I saw Walder Frey in the first trailer, I'm like, yeah, Arya's gonna kill him. That was just, second nature. I guess some people didn't see it coming. And I guess people were a little bit more surprised that I also predicted that Arya would be disguised as some serving girl. I guess that was a pretty decent prediction. But was I the only one, when I was watching the episode, saw that serving girl, and I'm like, that's Arya, that's Arya, that's Arya, that's Arya, that's absolutely Arya. Why are they even pretending that that's not Arya? And apparently, looking around at people's reactions online and shit, apparently no one knew that that was Arya. That people were, legitimately surprised when she took her face off later in the episode. That is surprising to me. I didn't think that would fool anyone, but I guess I was wrong. So, let's talk about the actual bullshit, the actual killing. This is the kind of shit that I think is unforgivable. You can look at the scene in King's Landing, you can look at everything that happened there, and you can point out a few logical inconsistencies. You can say, okay, why did they kill Pycelle separately? Who lit that candle? Why did they let Lancel get that close? But you can write that off a little bit because, the scene is so well done. The scene is so well executed. The music, the acting, the direction, the editing, the special effects, everything comes together to make the scene great, and a little bit of logical inconsistency can be overlooked. Here with Arya, there's fucking none of that. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense, plain and simple, and there's no way you can disguise that fact. So Arya, what does she do? Does she kill a serving girl and steal her face? Or did she take that from the Hall of Faces? We don't know, so I'll just assume she killed a serving girl, because the story never specified otherwise. So she murders an innocent girl, murders Black Walder Frey and whoever the fuck the other one, who cares? And then she must murder the entire kitchen staff, because we don't see any scene where she ties them up, so we must assume that she murders the entire kitchen staff. Then she spends hours upon hours upon hours making a pie, filling it with the bones and little chunks of Black Walder, when Arya herself has never made a pie in her life. She just knows how to make a pie now for some reason. She spends all day, hours and hours, countless murders. Finally, she serves the pie to Walder Frey. And then before he takes his first bite, kills him. So what was the point of the fucking pie? Why didn't you just show him their bodies, Arya? Why did you spend hours cooking them into a pie meticulously and then not even let Walder eat it? Why didn't you just, cart their bodies out to him and show him and have him be shocked? What's the point of a pie that he doesn't fucking eat? Needless to say, I think there are much better ways they could have done this. If you want Arya to get some fan service, kill the last surviving conspirator of the Red Wedding, fuck it. Do it. Whatever. You want fan service, give us fan service. But at least make it make sense. Is that too much to ask? For, just a little bit of logic, a little bit of consistency, something fucking anything? And like you watch... I don't understand people. I really don't. You watch shit, like you can see the Jeremy Johns review, or you can see, Game of Thrones live at Burlington Bar. People are fucking cheering when this happens. People are like screaming, getting excited, like, wow, that was my favorite scene all episode. That was the best. Arya's so badass. But it doesn't make any fucking sense, people. Like, I can't understand it. Like, do they just exclusively watch for the blood and the fan service? Do they not care that none of it made any fucking sense? It was just stupid. It was stupid, and in my opinion, it was the most predictable thing to happen all season. Arya's just been completely fucking ruined. God damn it. Ugh. And then we go to Oldtown. For some reason. There's no repercussions. Sam just stole the Valyrian greatsword of one of the most powerful houses in the Reach, and then he travels halfway across the Reach, and he's never caught, never arrested, never killed, nothing. He and Gilly just make it. They're just there now. Fuck it. And then we get a scene that I think is supposed to be funny, but... did anyone laugh? Like, at all? It was just stupid. Like, I was just so blown away with how nothing made any sense. I was just confused, and I was just like, I felt insulted, dude. Felt like my intelligence was just insulted. Like, yeah, Sam makes it. Don't question it. No, Sam makes it. Don't worry about it. Nothing else happens. Sam makes it. Don't worry. I just want to move on. Fuck Sam. And I suppose I can talk a little bit about Winterfell. So the first scene is the confrontation between Davos and Mel. And I will say this scene was very well acted. Liam Cunningham as Davos is just incredible. He is so underutilized. This could have been his breakout season, but instead they just shoved him in the back and made him suck Jon's cock and do nothing and not react at all to Stannis' death. He could have done so much more this year. They've just thrown him to the side. But at least he gets this one scene where he gets to show, hey, the most important people in my life have died and I'm upset about it. He finally gets that scene. And I'll be honest, I was disappointed. I didn't think it made any sense for Jon to send Melisandre away. That it really made no sense. Either you're going to execute her or you're going to forgive her. You're not going to exile her. It doesn't make a lick of sense. I, for one, thought he should have forgiven her, but apparently the show thought he should have made her guilty, so why didn't he execute her? Why did he just let her go? Jon, earlier this season, you yourself executed a child for murdering you, but now this child murderer is in front of you and you're not doing anything. You're just letting her go. Off to kill more children. Makes perfect sense, man. Now let's just talk everything Daenerys. So, I guess we start off in the Water Gardens of Dorne with Olenna Tyrell and the Sand Snakes. And Olenna seems pretty calm and collected for someone whose entire family just died. And then she mentions just, in an offhand comment that the Lannisters have declared war on the Reach in Dorne. Just out of nowhere. The Lannisters just did that. And I'm just like, that's like monstrous news. Why didn't that decision get a whole scene on itself? Like, fucking... we're in another civil war. The entire country is now at war with each other again, and it's just like in a passing comment. The realm has ostensibly been at peace since Stannis died, or even earlier, since the Red Wedding. There hasn't really been any major warfare across the entire nation since Robb Stark died. And now three of the most powerful houses left in Westeros are going to war with each other, and that's just like mentioned offhand? I mean, fuck it, whatever, man. But Olenna Tyrell, she bashes the Sand Snakes a little bit, some verbal beatdown and whatever, fan service, blah, blah, blah. Oh, are you happy book fans? We recognize that you don't like them, so we're gonna make them feel bad. Like, no, I would much rather you kill them because they're kinslayers and they're kingslayers and they murdered the Prince of Dorne. But fucking ignoring that, then Varys walks out and tells them he wants them to join Daenerys. Which I absolutely love, because guess what? Now, for all intents and purposes, Daenerys is a sand snake. That's right, Daenerys is a sand snake. She's on their side. The most hated characters in the entire television series are now on the side of Daenerys. So the next time anyone gets up at you and be like, whoa, why don't you like Daenerys, man? There's no like she's as bad as the Sand Snakes. You could be like, oh, I mean, she is a Sand Snake. She's helping the Kinslayers. She's, she's on the side of the evil bitches who murdered their little cousin, who murdered their prince in the name of avenging his brother? What? So yeah, Daenerys is on their side now. If you ask me, we just have even more and more and more justification to hate Daenerys. She's gonna be the villain, guys, come on. And then she decides to keep Daario and Meereen, and he gives a little speech about how he always loved her, and how, oh my god, Daenerys is so hot, and I don't want to leave you. It's just vomit-inducing. Daario, who's so cool and interesting and mysterious in the books, who's, always recommending she kill people, but at the same time, he's like the devil on her shoulder, and you don't really know what his motivations are, but there's something under the surface. I love you, Daenerys! I love you! Don't leave me! Just stupid. God damn, this show is like allergic to interesting, complex characters. And then in the next scene, we get what's probably, god damn it if it's not one of the most insulting scenes in the series history, where Tyrion pledges his undying loyalty to Daenerys. Oh, Daenerys, I never learned to love and trust anything until I met you. It's just sickening, man. Like, it makes sense almost for the television show character, which is why I'm not like furious, I'm not yelling right now. Like, the television show Tyrion is just a cuck at this point. Like, he's everything for Daenerys. I'm all for you, baby, don't worry. I've never seen men truly believe until I met you. And it's just sickening, especially when you compare it to the book Tyrion, who at this point is just like so cynical and nihilistic and he fucking hates everyone. And the only reason he's going to Daenerys is because he thinks it would be fun to see his homeland burn. Like, I just think, now he's just a cuck. Now he's just Daenerys' fuckboy. And he has no character of his own. Like, what has Tyrion done this season that hasn't been directly related to Daenerys? Tyrion has nothing going for him as an individual, as a person. He's just another supporting character in Daenerys the musical. It's not a Song of Ice and Fire, it's a Song of Daenerys. It's not a Game of Thrones, it's a game of Daenerys and her thrones. It's like we don't have a bunch of interesting, complex characters, we just have Daenerys, people who are with Daenerys, and people who are against Daenerys. That's all we have at this point. And it's just stupid. And it's not good. And she makes him hand to the king, and like we're supposed to feel good, but I just feel sickened. I just feel like, what happened to the Tyrion from season 2? What happens to the Tyrion who didn't give a shit? What happened to the Tyrion who is just like witty and awesome? Now he's just a cuck. It's bullshit. Now, if I had recorded this video right after I was done watching the episode, I would probably scream for 20 minutes just about the R plus L equals J reveal. I would probably be screaming about how it's unfair to George, how it's insulting, how it's a slap in the face to the series creator, and how they have no respect, and how it's just a bullshit. And I could probably still make those points. In fact, I think I might have just done that. But, like, looking back on it, I think it's really funny how they haven't addressed it at all. Like, inside the episode, or any interviews ever, no one is talking about whether or not it's true in the books. Like, they reveal Jon Snow's parentage and then just like no one mentions it ever again. And George hasn't mentioned it either, which is just, sombering. I really hope that he's not in some, terrible state of depression right now where he's like, the show just revealed my biggest secret that I've been building up for a quarter of a century. I really hope he's not like that. In fact, I really hope that R plus L equals J isn't true in the books. I would just love that. Wouldn't it be great if George lied to Dave and Dan? He said, yeah, R plus L equals J is true. You guys got it right. And then he'll fucking swerve. Ned Stark was the father all along. Or, Brandon and Ashara. Something, anything different. I would love it if George just lied. Told them the wrong ending to the series. Wouldn't that just be beautiful? But yeah, we get served this bullshit. And I'm not sure why Lyanna Stark is Mexican. Maybe someone can explain that to me in the comments. I didn't know Michelle Rodriguez got recast as the new Lyanna Stark. But ignoring that, the scene was about as well done as it could be, I guess. The music swelled and blah, 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 and it was beautiful. Oh, God, Jon Snow, he's the Song of Ice and Fire. But can we talk about how Benjen said, I wish you good fortune, and then stared at Brandon Meara for 30 seconds? And we were all waiting for him to say, in the wars to come, but then he never said it, and then he just rode away. That was a really weird scene. And now are we just supposed to believe that Bran, who supposedly has the touch of the Night's King that can, destroy magical wards, is going to go south of the wall, and that's not going to matter anymore? People have been theorizing recently, I've seen a bunch of posts about it, that, Bran is going to be the one to bring down the wall. And honestly, it would make sense. That would be what would logically happen given the information we have. But if you really think that's going to happen, I really don't think you've been paying attention, because if there's one thing the writers of Game of Thrones do not like to do, it's to remember past events. They fucking hate remembering past events. Anything that's happened in the past, they just don't want to think about it. They just want to write new stuff, and who cares if it contradicts the old stuff. So I wouldn't put any money at all of that being how the wall goes down. That's just my opinion. The Littlefinger scene in the Godswood, where Littlefinger just reveals that he wants to sit on the Iron Throne and he wants Sansa to be his wife. That's pretty basic. I really hope he's hiding something. I really hope he's lying to her in some way that he wants more than just that, but I guess we'll never know. Because in the next scene, Jon Snow is proclaimed King in the North. Now, there is just so much wrong with this scene. The only thing I could think that's good about it is the acting. No one in the right mind, it doesn't matter what you think about the writing, no one's gonna say that Bella Ramsey didn't fucking kill it as Lyanna Mormont. She's probably one of the best things to come out of the season, even if it's a little bit cancerous. She stands up and she starts calling out the Northern Lords. She says, Wyman Manderly! And some moderately heavy dude with white hair stands up, and I just groan. That's how they introduced Wyman Manderly. Lord Too Fat to Sit a Horse. Fucking, ugh! I love Wyman Manderly in the books, and he's just some dude in the room. Ugh! Fuck! You refuse the call. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Jon Snow. And then she throws the ball at Robert Glover. Glover! You refuse the call. And he's like, oh God, I'm so sorry, Jon Snow. And she says, Lord Serwyn! Or Kerwin, I guess, because we're being stupid. Lord Kerwin! You refused the call. Excuse me? Wait a minute. Hello? No. No. Lord Kerwin did not refuse the call. Jon and Sansa never went to Castle Kerwin. They refused. They said, we got enough men, and they didn't go to Castle Kerwin. Lord Kerwin never got a call that he could refuse. Bullshit, I say. Does no one who writes the show actually watch the show? They had an entire scene dedicated to where they talk about how they're not going to Castle Kerwin.
It's not enough. We need more men.
There's no time.
If we went down to Castle Kerwin, I know that Lord Kerwin...
We fight with the army we have.
And then in the next episode, they blame Castle Kerwin for not coming. You didn't fucking ask him, you dumb cunt. And then to raucous cheers all around the world, every lord in the north stands up and proclaims an oath-breaking, Night's Watch deserting bastard king in the north. And I just shake my head. And they give you a little bit of hope. They have Sansa glance at Littlefinger. And there's not much you can assume from that little glance, but I'm just hoping that Sansa turns on him. I would fucking love it if, you know, there's going to be that fan fiction bullshit, whatever. Daenerys is going to marry Jon Snow, whatever. What if Sansa killed Jon right before that happened? Oh, man. I bet people in the North would care about kinslaying then. I bet people in Westeros would remember kinslaying then. I bet everyone who watches the show would be like, oh, she can't do that. He's her brother. You know? Will people do that? Like, no one did it in Dorne. No one did it in the Iron Islands. Will the North care about kinslaying? I guess we shall see. And so that's how we leave it in the North. But what does this mean for the North? Like, so Jon Snow is king now. Are they going to go to war with the Lannisters? Like, are they going to invade? Is he just going to sit there in Winterfell and sit through the winter? Like, what's he doing? What's the plan? We're ending the season. Okay, he's king in the North. This is the last we see of Jon Snow, but what's the plan? What's he going to do? Is he going to go south and rally the lords to fight the White Walkers? Well, say something. Jon, what are you doing? What's the plan? What's going on here? Why should I come back next season? Why should I come back next season, Jon? What am I going to see if I come back to continue listening, watching, reading your story? You don't know? You're not going to tell? Okay. Fine, that's your choice. And then the last scene in the season is Daenerys sailing to Westeros, which I predicted, but it doesn't mean I'm happy about it. So you see the Tyrell and Dornish ships with them, so that's how Varys got there. Shut the fuck up. The insulting part isn't Varys teleporting. The insulting part is the fact that Daenerys meets Varys off screen. Varys, otherwise known as the entire reason she banished Jorah, because Varys sent assassins. You know, back in season 1 when they were still following the books, Varys sent assassins, multiple assassins, after Daenerys. And, you know, she just doesn't care anymore? You tried to kill my unborn baby, but no, you're cool now because we met off screen? That's bullshit. That's insulting. That's fucking cancer. And that's why the show is fucking stupid. And we also get a shot of Theon and Asha just looking off, hopefully, towards the horizon. So I guess Asha was telling the truth? I guess they are really just following Daenerys now. They've succumbed to the cuckery that Tyrion has and Dario did. Complex, interesting, morally ambiguous characters are now just on the side of the righteous silver-haired queen. Bullshit! God damn it. And that's how the show ends. That's how the season ends. Nothing at the wall. We just get another Daenerys masturbation scene. Another scene where Dave and Dan just egregiously beat the meat of every Dany supporter. Fucking we get it. We've had so fucking many. Dany walking out of the flames. Dany riding Drogon. Giving a speech. Dany sailing to Westeros. We've seen so many. We get it. You think she's awesome. But we don't fucking care. Give us something cool to look at. God damn. Give us something substantial to the story. If we're just going with what we see here, why didn't the season end with Cersei sitting on the Iron Throne? That would have been the perfect end of the season, in my opinion. But no, we just had to shove in one more Dany scene, because fuck it. God damn it. So there you go, everyone who might have been disappointed with the last one saying, oh, he likes the show, he's a show fag. No, I fucking hated the show. That one sequence was beautiful and amazing, and I loved it. But the episode overall was bad. It was shit. It was dumb. And I'm done talking about it, damn it. Fuck it. This has been too goddamn long. God damn it. I'll see you in the next part, guys. Keep moving forward. What's up, guys? So, as some of you might have noticed, this video was a few days late. And by a few, I mean close to 60. I understand some of you might have questions, and that's a good thing, because my next video is going to be a Q&A video. Now, I've done some evaluating over the past 2 months, and I think the next video isn't going to be a part 3 review of the entire season. I think it's just going to be mainly the Q&A. And that's for a bunch of reasons, but mainly because I just don't want to have to restrict myself, right? Let's be honest, by the time that video comes out, I'll probably hit 500 subscribers, and let's just say it'll be a 500 subscriber special. Or if not, it'll be like a 490 subscriber special. Whatever. The point is, you guys need to start asking me questions. Want to know why this video took so long? Great, ask me. Want to know who my favorite character is? If you haven't guessed by now, go ahead, ask me. Anything. Game of Thrones related, non-Game of Thrones related, YouTube related, whatever. And if there's no questions, then I will silently stew in my own embarrassment and try to ignore that I ever made this special end of video announcement. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, guys, thank you so much for your patience. The video is finally out. I hope you like it. And if not, just remember, Tucker did it.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!